Alright guys, let's get started. We're first going to start off with the Charged Water Skin Hydrating Mist, of course. And that's just going to go ahead and give me moisture to my skin. It's the thinnest consistency, so it will absorb very, very quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Studio Moisture Fix with the SPF 15. This is, of course, great for moisturizing. Even though you are oily, you want to always balance out your moisture first before applying any foundation or also any primer. Now we're going to go in with the Natural Radiance Primer. This one is the yellow one, and this one's going to go right over that moisturizer. This is going to help control oils. It's also going to balance out your moisture as well. And of course keep your makeup on a lot longer because it does have the silica that's going to stick to your face and also stick to your foundation. And because I want full coverage, I am going to be using the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. This is going to give you the utmost coverage. We don't make it an NC40 in this specific formula, so I'm actually going to mix NC35 and a little drop of NC42. Definitely don't do NC42 by itself. If you are an NC40, it will get too dark because this one does oxidize a lot. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it on the back of my hand and I'm just kind of mixing it together with my finger, and I'm just gonna kind of dot all over my face. I'm gonna go ahead and use my MAC 170 brush. I freaking love this brush, especially for full coverage foundations. Next, I'm going to go in with my Pro Longwear Concealer in NC30. I'm going to go ahead and use my damp beauty blender to kind of blend all that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Lightboost, my highlighting cream, and all this does is kind of click out, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of swipes around my eyes, to kind of give me some brightness and highlighting. Using the same damp beauty blender just to kind of blend it all out. Now I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder to go ahead and bake underneath my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use a dry beauty blender to go ahead and apply that. This will just make sure that my concealer and highlight stays highlighted, but also keeps it from creasing as well. And also gives you a really nice soft focus look. Next, I'm going to be using my Pro Longwear Pressed Powder in medium dark to go ahead and set the rest of my face with my 150 MAC brush. For my brows, I'm going to go ahead and use my 208 brush by MAC, and then I'm going to use this color, which is called Mystery by MAC. So now that I'm done with my brows, I'm just going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder underneath my eyes. Next, I'll be going in with my 24-hour Extended Eye Base by MAC all over my lid. This primer is the best, and it can also be used as glitter glue, which I'm going to show you in a little bit as well. I'm going to go ahead and start with Wedge all over the lid as a base. So it's kind of more of a cooler brown. So this is just kind of like the base color, because I kind of want to make it kind of smoky, because I'm going to go ahead and use Melon Pigment for the center of my eye. Next, with my 217 brush, I'm going to go ahead and use some soft brown right in my crease. Next, I'm going to go in with, let me see what color this is, espresso. I'm going to go ahead and use espresso for the next color. Kind of right in the corners but a little bit over that soft brown as well. Going back in there with that fluffy brush, just gonna break up any of those lines if there were any lines created. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my 221 brush with that eyebrow color that I have on. It's called Mystery, and that's just gonna really darken those corners. Going back in there with my fluffy brush. And last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of Carbon as well, the black one, and that's gonna go literally just in the corners. I'm gonna go ahead and use Nylon for my highlight on the inner part of my eye. Then in the center, I'm going to use a pressed pigment called Melon. And first I'm gonna go ahead and use the 24-hour primer. Again, I'm just gonna put a little bit on my finger, and I'm just gonna go ahead and press it right all over the lid. And I'm gonna do one eye at a time because I don't want this to dry too dry because I want it to stick to the pigment. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and pour a little bit in the lid, just like this. Use more of a flatter brush. Tap off a little bit of the excess so you get less fallout. And we're just gonna go ahead and press it right onto the lid to give it that intensity. I'm gonna do it on the same thing, do it on the same side. Grabbing a little bit of that, dabbing it right on the eyelid, all over, including on top of the black eyeshadow a little bit, because we're going to bring some of that pigment in there as well. Just like that, and then immediately start going in with the flat brush and just pressing it right on to the lid. I like to use the brush upside down because I feel like I can get closer to the lash line as well. Next we're going in with Blacktrack, and we're going to go ahead and use the 210 brush. This is a very, very fine brush that I absolutely love to do wing liner with. I'm also going to use this Blacktrack in my waterline. Next I'm going to go in with number 44 Lashes by MAC to make it a little bit more dramatic of a look. Now that the lashes are on, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. These lashes are big. I've never worn these before. I've actually never even put these on people at counter. I think they're just maybe a little too big. I don't know, but they're still really nice. And next I'm going to go in back with that espresso color and just kind of lightly put it underneath my eyes and in the corner on the bottom. Just give it a little smoky eye underneath as well. Next I'm going to go ahead and use my matte bronzer. Of course I need to definitely refill this one. And I'm going to use my 135 brush to bronze my whole face. Next I'll be using Warm Soul as my blush. Next I'll be using Soft and Gentle to go ahead and highlight with the 184 fan brush, which actually at counter we're going to have with our Star Trek collection. So that's definitely coming up this Thursday, the September 1st. So I'm just going to kind of go ahead and fan it through here on one side and just at the top of the cheek kind of go back and forth to give me that amazing highlight. Down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and use my favorite product is the lip primer before my lipstick. I always tell my clients you will never wear another lipstick without this product ever again. I'm going to be using Whirl Lip Pencil with Taupe Lipstick. Now that the mascara is on, I am all set. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Fix Plus spray to go ahead and set my makeup. And there you have the all MAC brand 100% MAC, super gorgeous look. I hope you like it, and please thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys.